Okay, I'll play another one. Might be overanalyzing those, so hopefully it's not too boring for you guys. But I do think some of it's important. All right, here I'll continue with what I'm normally doing. I'm just gonna play d4 again. Maybe I'll play Queen's Gambit. It's a pretty solid, but you just have to make sure you don't fall into certain tricks. I'll play another Queen's Gambit. Why not? Worked out pretty well in the last game because the other person kind of kept pushing pawns. Okay, so here we actually get a Queen's Gambit accepted. I usually just play Knight f3 anyway. To be honest, I don't even remember half the theory. I don't really memorize opening lines, but Knight f3, simply let them take this and just get faster development. The people sometimes will actually start defending this pawn. b5 is probably a move. I'm not sure if it's a move there though. Here I'll continue. I could go Knight c3, or I can go a4, which prevents b5. They're not really threatening to win this yet, but let's just say a4, bishop g4. They would be threatening to potentially take, and after I take back, I would not, after I take back, they would then be able to take this pawn. So they are threatening, some ideas. I'm not sure if this is something they see. I'll probably just go here, simply because they did not go a6 yet to support b5. If a6 had been played, maybe I would have done something different, like a6, a4. Then after something like b5, I'm not sure. But this prevents b5 currently. Okay, that doesn't seem right to me. e3 is probably the move here. I'm not quite sure. e3 immediately attacks this pawn, and they cannot defend it with b5. Knight c6, I think in this is not correct. Be curious to check afterwards. Like I said, I'm not very good at this opening theories. But yes, I do actually have e4 right away, but I'm not sure if it's right here either, because e4 makes this bishop go back, and it gives me central space. So like e4 and d5. Oh, I was trying to draw an arrow, but I guess we'll deal with it. That was not the move I was going to play, but it is a move I would consider. Unfortunately, though, unfortunately, they have ideas here now, but it's not great for them. So they did actually blunder, by the way. I was trying to draw an arrow. Hello, Top Hat. Hello, Pickler. Where I'm just doing the rapid slow run right now. So I was trying to draw an arrow. I was considering playing e4 or d5, but I guess we're forced into d5. Why is it a blunder? Because now after I go, oh my gosh, for some reason my mouse is messing up again. It's not giving me a right click. Come on, right click. What's up with my mouse? Okay, there we go. Jeez. All right. After I go queen a4, check. Normally, this knight is defending the square. Sometimes they can push a pawn. Unfortunately, none of this works because after queen a4, if they bring the knight back to defend, I actually simply take it. So this is what's going to happen, and they've now lost a piece. So even though I'm recommending that most people don't go for early tactics, most people just kind of stay solid, develop the pieces, don't push pawns for no reason. If you do see yourself in a situation, particularly in the opening when your opponent's king is weakened, that is when it is worth looking for tactics. So here, of course, is slightly weakening when they allowed me to push. So after pushing, yes, I accidentally, when trying to draw an arrow, probably misclicked into the best move. But yes, it was either between d5 and e4. I'm not sure what I would have done, even if this was... The thing is, I wouldn't have probably done this because I didn't expect they would have gone to b4. But it ends up being the best move here because they did that. So now I'm simply going to take, by the way. No reason not to. Although I also don't have to take yet. I could probably go e4 first. No, but e4, if they take with the bishop, what can happen is... Sorry, e4 if bishop takes. One consideration is if you take with the knight, they can take this with the queen. Then I have to move this, and I'm not winning this anymore. However, there's also e4, bishop takes, take on c6, but then they can also take back with the bishop. So I think best move is just simply to take. So yes, we shall see. Here as well, I can take this pawn. I can take this pawn. I don't recommend pawn grabbing in the opening. However, once again, in this case, I am simply winning here. So I may as well take. This pawn is not as good, I think, to take as this pawn. This pawn is at least kind of on my side of the board. This pawn is, yeah, they're not going anywhere. It's another important thing is when a pawn is not going anywhere, you don't need to attack it immediately. If I go e4, they can go bishop g6, sorry, bishop g6, bishop g4, bishop e6, or, back to d7 or f8. Sorry, or c8, I should say. Going back to e6 would prevent me from taking this pawn, but would not prevent me from taking this pawn. So that's just something to think about. Going e4, if they went back to d7, would allow me to take c4, but prevent me from taking this one. But really, if I want to win a pawn here, I can win a pawn. The question is, do I take one of these first and then push and then try to go this way? Do I go like this first and see if they want to go to d7 and then take on c4, because then I'd be threatening a checkmate? Maybe I like that. But even if I would do this in a blitz or bullet game, I'm not going to do this here because I don't want people to think that it's a good idea always just to move a piece more than once in the opening for no reason. So let me just attack the bishop and see where they want to go. I think probably, what is the best move? I actually don't know what the best move is. Might be best to go back to d7. Okay. So now I will actually just take. But you know what? I'm going to take with the bishop. Why am I taking with the bishop? Well, this is still attacked. Now I've won my pawn back there, even though I'm actually up a pawn already. And I am ready to castle. So I don't see the downsides. And they have to pretty much either here or here or here. They have to move stuff just to be able to complete their development and castle. Whereas visually, like I have 3 active pieces and a queen. Okay, that is not going to get it done, unfortunately for them. They are most certainly getting checkmated shortly. So this, by the way, so it's kind of same thing as before. If somebody pushes a pawn and you have a pawn kind of eyeing it off, you are not obligated to take that pawn. As much as we joke about it too, when there's an en passant on the board, you are not always required to go en croissant. Here, by the way, is something I could consider. Here I can consider something. I'm probably going to go 95. I usually am telling people, once again, don't always move a piece more than once in the opening. But when your opponent's king is so weak, sometimes you need to strike when you can. Like, this just visually, like, should kind of stand out to you guys. Like, there's a weakness here. This is weak as well. A lot of weaknesses. If I jump here and they don't defend f7, sorry, or if they don't move this bishop, I can capture this bishop, and then it's even weaker around the light squares. However, the threat would be, maybe they try to hold on to this bishop. Maybe I do just take this pawn. Just deciding. Okay, I think I have something even nicer. I think I actually do take. I'm just calculating e takes f5, bishop f5, knight g5, attacking this bishop. No, it's not attacking. Bruh, way too tired. I'm actually going to just take the pawn because I can in this instance. And I don't see the downside to it. Then maybe there's something stronger, but I don't want to overcalculate. Okay, now I can consider knight e5, attacking this one, attacking this. I can also consider knight bishop f7 first. Bishop f7, king f7, knight e5, king goes back, check. You know what? Sake of simplicity, I might just castle, but I would probably recommend actually attacking here. So maybe I should just, no, I'm going to castle. Not give them any chances. Well, yes, it's very possible. Perhaps I very possibly am in this instance. Sometimes when the opponent gives you moves, they happen to be good moves. Sometimes they are the best of moves. Anyway, hopefully I'm not over-explaining too much. I think it's important to reiterate some of the same things. That does not seem right, but I guess they have to develop. But yes, I could consider this straight away. I don't want to because of this, but if I go here first, then after this, if they go bishop back, then it's not going to be good for them. So I'm going to go here. Hard for them to develop. So their main moves, yeah, I didn't want to bring this out yet because I don't want to give them a chance to kind of go g6, bishop g7, and then castle. Hopefully, Mr. Pickler. All right. So this is actually just a checkmate in one. So, hey Boozy, what's up? This is a checkmate in one move. I will proceed to checkmate them in one move. Now, how do I instantly know this is a checkmate? First of all, because of some of the lines that end up with a similar checkmate, but also it's a good idea to get in the habit of always looking for forcing moves in a position. The most forcing move here is a check. Now, what checks do I have? There is this move, of course, which I was just talking about. There is this move with the queen, that's a check. Those are the only two checks that I see. Now, if I go through it, I give a check here. Maybe they block with the bishop. I don't know. I mean, technically, I still a checkmate, whatever. But here, in this case, I just go through the list, and this one is a check. The king has no squares. Checkmate. Good game. How the horsey moves? It moves like an L. Horsey moves like an L. You're very curious about some moves? What moves are you very curious about, Mr. Pebs? Big girl checkmate, yay! I'm not sure what a big girl checkmate is, but yeah. Alright, so the queen's gambito, move the knight, move this knight, push the pawn, give him a checkies, take the knight, simply kick the bishop here, and then go there. Actually, what am I doing actually? Maybe this would have been a better move over there. So knight g5 probably would have made sense. So why didn't I go knight g5 here right away? What was I thinking? No, I don't know. I guess this is all good. Queen c6 was missed for a while. Was it? Oh my gosh. Queen c6. What am I doing? What am I doing, bro? Oh yes, after bishop g6. I'm tired. Yes, I was not looking for forcing moves apparently, and that goes to show. Queen c6, which wins the rook. Pretty much just the game. But alright. Here as well, same thing. Yes, apparently had that as well. Well, still missing moves, but trying to show just to develop pieces and get safe. But I did not follow my own advice, which is look for forcing moves first. Had I done that, I would have very likely seen that. This is what happens when you don't sleep. You get even more cooked than you normally should be. Yes, so 95, just threatening the checkmate. And they do walk into the checkmate. Big girl checkmate, the boozy. Seems like the takeaway is see a check, give a check. Sometimes. Well, queen c6, bishop d7, 95. Oh yes, I was looking at that, but at a different point. Not at 12 though. Well, you're saying before 95. Oh, yeah, okay, this, and then this. That's, yes, that is nice. Yes, if they take, wait, 1 second. Yes, this. That's the idea. I don't get it. Wrong line? No, bishop d7, 95. Oh, wait, not queen d7. Oh, geez, sorry. Tired, my friend, tired. Yes, that is right. Astrid. Yes, oh yes, no, of course. That is a checkmate.